courses. But I developed this skill actually that why can't I just start doing the project without going through the courses? So anything I need, I'll just go to Google, I search for it, and then I use that and I build it. And at the end of the day, I was able to actually build the project without going through any tutorial, just in time learning. So from that moment in time, and I will explain how I actually played a strong part in my career, because I moved from data science to AI to blockchain, right? Pretty much cut across different industries. So I really, really prioritize just in time learning. If I need anything, that's like when I need to learn it. So if I need to work on a project, that's when I go out there to learn something, because there's nothing good comes from me taking a particular course and then I just forget about it. I don't do anything from that particular knowledge. For example, in 2020 as well, during COVID, I learned how to write Golang. If you give me a syntax of Golang right now, I'll struggle to understand it because I've forgotten. I didn't use it for anything, right? So I didn't mean I practice just in time learning. I would have been able to build something with it, and then that knowledge will have stick with me longer than I expect. So even if there's any beginner out there watching this podcast right now, is that there are a lot of information. You see a lot of tutorials out there on YouTube because everybody's creating, everybody's sharing knowledge. There's nothing wrong with that, but you just have to prioritize what you need to learn. So if you are there and you want to learn maybe JavaScript, you want to build a project, you can pick a clone project on YouTube, yeah, complete that clone project. At least you already know that because you completed that clone project, you can get knowledge from that to build other stuff. So just in time learning.
Yeah, that's so good. I think just in time learning is actually something that is very helpful. Like, it's a concept that is helpful because I find that a lot of beginners kind of just want to learn the entire, for example, if they are watching a course, they just watch the entire course. And that course has beginner, intermediate, advanced concepts that will probably get them lost. So if they're just focusing on, okay, I want to know this particular aspect, pick a project, watch videos that are on that particular concept, and then they know that concept before moving on. So that's so useful to help people that are getting started in tech.
Yeah, so, and now we have ChatGPT. Yeah, now we have ChatGPT. So to be honest, we have ChatGPT. And advice, one thing you can do is if there's anything you want to, like any project, just think about a particular project, look for example code online or something, put that in ChatGPT, prompt ChatGPT to sort of help you get started. And from there, you sort of know what you need. So, and as you know what you need, if you feel like you need any help, ChatGPT is always right by your side. You can even pay for Copilot. That will be in your VS Code, and you have something that, you want to complete a particular syntax of code, you can use Copilot to complete that syntax. Because one thing you're always scared of is you feel like you can't do it because like you're thinking about the entire thing. But with ChatGPT, you can start small and then move and then move. Yeah. So you were in a different time. When I came into tech, there was no ChatGPT.
Exactly, there was no ChatGPT. You have to write the entire thing by yourself. The whole syntax. And